Hi, back to another Japan video. So I was supposed to go to Japan only once a year. But back in November, I suddenly got an opportunity for a photo job in Kyoto. So I stayed in Japan for about 10 days. But here's the thing, I used to shoot a lot of film rolls when I went there. But back then, I don't know, I didn't feel like shooting that much film. Maybe because I was too focused on doing my job, so it's kinda hard to juggle between a photo for a job and a personal project. But after looking at the result of around 6 rolls that I shot, it was nice. Not my best work, but I'm satisfied with it. So I hope you enjoy this video, which feels more like a travel vlog this time.
Hari ini mau flight lagi ke tujuan terakhir Osaka, tapi transit dulu di Chongqing. Pertama kalinya mungkin gue ke bandara Chongqing di China. Dan flight gue masih jam 16.40. Sekarang jam 3. Oke. Saat ini lagi transit di Chongqing International Airport dan udah nyampe, dan ternyata yang ke Osaka dari Jakarta cuma 3 orang. Nggak tahu sih nanti pas pagi gimana, tapi sepi banget lumayan. Dan ini bandaranya. Gue udah nunggu dari jam 11 malam sebenarnya, jadi gue tidur di bandara. Dan estimasi sampai di Osaka itu sekitar jam 12.45. Second flight of the day to Osaka. Udah ada di Kansai International Airport. Sekarang mau foto dat dulu, habis itu langsung ke stasiun buat lanjut naik kereta ke Kyoto. Menuju kereta ke Kyoto, gue punya pengalaman agak buruk di Kansai, tapi mataharinya lagi bagus banget, jadi dimaafkan. Gokil ya. Gile, mantep banget. Udah di kereta dan sekarang menuju stasiun Osaka, habis itu lanjut ke Kyoto. Agak jauh sih dari bandara Kansai, itu sekitar 77 kilo. Mungkin estimasi sampai Kyoto itu sekitar 45 menitan lah. Dan ini view-nya.
After I arrived in Kyoto, the first thing I did was to scout a location for a photo shoot tomorrow.
Sekarang udah di Kyoto, dekat Temple Tokufuji, satu stasiun dari stasiun Kyoto. Cuman gue nggak mau ke sana. Tempat yang pengen gue datangin itu adalah namanya Senryujin Temple. Di sana gue pengen location scouting untuk sesi foto besok. Gue bakal ada sesi foto untuk kerjaan gue, fotoin orang pakai kimono. Dan gue butuh lokasi temple yang agak sepi. Dan kalau gue baca-baca di sana tuh lumayan sepi, cuman templenya lumayan bagus. Jadi mudah-mudahan sesuai ekspektasi ya. Oke.
This one is called Senryuji Temple, and it was not crowded at all. I loaded a Kodak Vision 500T here. I really love this spot, a red bridge and there are trees around it, which were already start yellowing. This spot would be used for my photo shoot tomorrow. My client especially requested to have nice autumn trees in the background. And this is the main area of Senryuji Temple. It was so serene and quiet. And 500T really never fails me. I really love the color. Such a peaceful tone. love this photo. I was trying to capture that half moon that can already be seen during that time, and I think I nailed it.
Lumayan gelap dan gue ini lagi ke sonoannya Saint Eugene Temple. Gue nggak tahu ini di mana, cuman gue pengen lihat apakah masih ada spot yang bisa gue pakai buat photoshoot nanti. Seru banget sih jujur, ini kayak bisa banget gue jadiin rute lari anjir.
I like this one too. It's like it was shot using aerochrome. The red leaves from the tree really have a striking color, and it especially matched the sign color really well. This is the last photo that I took that day. I don't know why, but I like it a lot. I think this is where this film really shines.
Barusan gue baru aja balik dari Heart Of, dan saat ini gue pengen ke hotel dan ke Heiwado, itu supermarket. Gue pengen beli makanan yang harganya murah sih di sana karena udah malam, jadi mungkin masih ada sisa-sisa makanan yang diskon. $98 sushi satu set cuma 60.000. Cuman 88 yen atau kayak 90 ribuan beli satu. Gue beli lumayan banyak, cuman habis 828 yen alias 90 ribuan, mungkin 90 ribu kurang. Gila, murah banget.
In the morning, I managed to run for a bit towards Lake Biwa. It's been my dream to run there, and it was so beautiful.
Beneran nangis lagi bangke.
And of course cold. Very very cold. And in the afternoon, I did my photo job. I went back again to Senjuji.
Bagus. Enggak kaku. Warnanya bagus tuh kita tuh.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And also the next day, I have another job, which was a videography job for a wedding day. Meanwhile, please enjoy the photos of trees that I took that day. I like how it turned out. The autumn leaves were so vibrant and pleasant to look at.
Hari bentar gue hitung dulu. Sabtu, Minggu, Senin, hari keempat di Kyoto. Kerjaan gue udah kelar semua. Belum sih, tinggal editing dan post processing, tapi kayak eventnya udah kelar, dan jadi hari ini dan sampai tanggal 7 gue free dan bisa lumayan banyak explore. Hari ini gue belum tahu mau kemana sih, karena mau janjian sama temen, tapi belum tahu mau kemana. Sekarang mungkin mau foto-foto dulu kali ya. Oke, let's go. Gue bawa Nikon F3 dan pakai film Fuji Xperia 200 yang udah expired, cuman gue rate di 100. Belum tahu sih mau ngambil shot apa, tapi kita lihat ya apa dia yang bagus apa enggak. Lately gue ngerasa Jepang udah mulai uninspiring, tapi mungkin ini karena di perkotaannya kayak udah lumayan sering kesini, jadi ngeliat tadinya sesuatu yang nggak biasa jadi biasa-biasa aja gitu. Tapi mungkin itu normal ya, orang yang tinggal di sini lama juga mungkin merasa demikian. Dan karena gue juga udah lama nggak mau trade, jadi kayak insting gue udah mulai hilang. Di depan ada storefront yang bagus, kayak bakal gue ambil sih. Tunggu sepi dulu. Oke.
After a morning photo walk in the afternoon, I went to Higashi Honganji Temple, near my hostel. The ginkgo trees look so stunning from the outside, so I didn't want to miss the chance of seeing them closer. Color from Fujicolor Superior 200 is so stunning. Mind you that this is an expired film. I rated it at 100 ISO. I like the yellow tone from this film. And this is also another banger that I took. Just some street moments while waiting to cross the road. Near the temple, there's also a flea market. Something that I really like to look at, even though I didn't buy anything. Got a chance to talk with some of the sellers. They were so kind. I'm sorry that I forgot his name, but he is one of the sellers that came from Fukuoka to Kyoto. He sells streetwear clothes, mostly jackets, and his favorite brand is Patagonia. And guess what? Me too. This is another seller that I met at the flea market. He sells various teas that come from his own family's farm in Uji, the city of matcha. I actually bought his matcha and hojicha. It tasted very good. You know what? I actually didn't expect this temple to be quite amusing. As you know, there are a lot of temples in Japan, but this one is so peaceful. Maybe because it is less crowded. The ginkgo trees made this set of photos look better. I like this one especially. The subject is right in the middle, and I think, like me, she was also enjoying the view of the trees in front of her. Another photo that I like, the person who was sitting near the tree and the tree that was framed exactly in the middle. It was really nice. And I never actually entered the inside of the temple before. But when I did with this temple, I started to like temples more. I used to think temples were boring, and not a destination I often visit when I'm in Japan. Near the temple, around 500 meters from it, there's a small garden that kinda intrigues me. It is called Shosei-en Garden. I kinda want to find some beautiful trees with red and yellow leaves to get some nice autumn tree photos, and I figured they might have it. Upon entering, I witnessed this magnificent view. There's a small pond, and the view that I saw perfectly reflected in the water. I had to take a photo of it. I really like how it turned out. I think the appearance of that one building really gives a contrast look between all the trees inside the garden. As I walked, I was starting to see more trees with orange and red leaves. I was so happy. This might be my only opinion, and it might sound abstract. These days, I'm drawn to photographing plants and trees. I feel like when I see the result, I witness life in its purest form, if that makes sense. Like I feel things, something that I can't explain, but it moved me. It's fascinating that we live surrounded by amazing things like this. This is very specific, but I'm fond of a scene where there's a tree trunk that bends down and almost touches the water like this one. I kinda wish I took this photo in a wider perspective, with wide-angle lens. And I found the tree of the day. This tree shape is so unique that I spent quite a long time finding the right composition and framing. I had to photograph it the best way possible. And here it is. I really like how it turned out. I love the shadow detail at the bottom of the trunk, but as it goes up, it gets lighter. I think this is the best photo I took that day. This tree is so perfect that I really hope I can photograph it again in a better environment. Like maybe this tree is isolated. There's no crowded background like what we see in the photo right now. I bet it would be 100 times better.
Gue lagi di Kamogawa atau Sungai Kamo, dan I've been wanting to do this for so long tapi baru kesampaian. Minum sambil makan di pinggir sungai, simple banget ya. Keinginan warga kota ketemu beginian dikit langsung pengen anjir.
Here are some of the photos that I took using Canmir 200. I didn't take a lot of photos in the remaining afternoon, and I went back to my hostel after strolling just a bit. So on the next day, I was supposed to go to Onomichi and Shimanami Kaido, but my train pass to cover my Shinkansen ride was lost. I was really having a bad mood the night it got lost, and I decided to go to another location. That location is Lake Biwa Museum, located in Shiga Prefecture. From Kyoto Station, I had to take a train on Tokaido Sanyo Line to Kusatsu Station and continue with a bus that stopped right in front of the museum. It was a 15-minute bus ride from the station. I don't really like Kate Mir 200, but I like this photo.
Hari ini ada di Lake Biwa Museum dan cuacanya cerah banget. Padahal kalau lihat weather tadi pagi tuh cloudy dan mau hujan, bahkan sempat hujan, tapi ternyata nyampe sini kayak cerah banget. Dan ada satu hal yang pengen gue lihat di Lake Biwa Museum, yaitu section ancient fish di akuariumnya, dan gue amat sangat tertarik sama ikan-ikan purbakala, jadi gue pengen datang. Oke, see you.
So, Lake Biwa Museum is actually very specific. It is a museum that collects the history of the lake, including how it was formed, the stones, the whole ecosystems like plants and animals that live there from time to time. And even the society that lived there from back then until the present day. The dedication to preserving the history of one of the famous lakes in Japan is something that fascinates me. In one of the rooms, there's also an exhibition about technology and trends from Showa era from time to time. I really love Japan in the Showa era because it was full of invention and innovation. The room really feels like a time machine. And this is the last part of the museum that I've wanted to see the most, the fish section. There are several big aquariums there that contain some fish that actually live inside Lake Biwa. They even have a collection of samples for microorganisms. This is the ancient fish part. This one is white sturgeon. They even have a seal, but I bet this one doesn't actually live in Lake Biwa. I got to see multiple catfish. And of course, the one I wanted to see the most, the Lake Biwa giant catfish. This fish is a legend and famous in the area. They even have their own merchandise. I wanted to see this from up close because it was so memorable. It is one of the fish that can be caught in one of my favorite games of all time, Fisherman's Bait 2 in the original PlayStation. After seeing the whole exhibition, I ate cold soba in the museum's own restaurant. The soba was quite good. Then, I looked at my next film, Kodak Vision 250D. There's a park outside the museum, so I went there to see if there's something worth photographing. The moment I got the result, I was stunned by how good Kodak Vision 250D is. I love the color. I never got a satisfying result from 250D before, but this one and the rest of the photos will prove me wrong. It was windy and so cold. The last time I felt this cold was back in 2019, the second time I went to Japan during winter. I like the result. I didn't know why. Back then, I wanted the iron post to be inside the frame. But the decision was correct. Now, it's not just a boring mountain photo, but it has become a boring mountain photo with a single big iron chunk. I really like the color here. It is so clean. The brown tall grass really is a nice touch for the mountains in the background. But I like this one better. I like how this photo is divided into 6 parts symmetrically. First you have the sky, then the range of mountains, and then the village and cities under it. Then you have the view of the lake, and then there's some organisms like moss, plants, etc. Finally, you have the water again with a deep blue color, and it's nice that it also has a reflection of the clouds up above. I love this photo so much. It has many elements that I personally like. Birds that accidentally pass by, a single tree, straight lines, and small details of 2 people right at the center of the frame. near the museum, there's another small museum that showcases a small collection of plants. So I went there. I also loaded a new film, 500T. Another bigger photo that I took. Fall is probably the best time to visit Japan. I mean, with colors like this, I won't complain. While waiting for the bus to go back to Kyoto, I witnessed these 3 cars. I never really like taking photos of cars, but the view was really good.
Hari ini udah balik dari Kyoto, sekarang menuju Kyoto naik bus atau bis malam. Salah satu moda transportasi favorit gua karena bisa tidur dan hemat ongkos. Dan ini bisnya. Tapi bukan yang ini sih, modelannya sama kayak gini tapi masih nanti sekitar 1 jam lagi lah. Oke, perjalanan sekitar 9 jam dan mungkin akan stop di 3 rest area sebelum jam 7 pagi nyampe di stasiun Shinjuku. Habis itu baru mulai check-in di dekat Ueno dan habis itu mulai jalan lagi sekitar Tokyo. Oke, dah. Sekarang udah sampai Tokyo, sekitar 9 jam perjalanan tadi naik bis yang ternyata belum bisa check in. Jadi sekarang gue sarapan dulu di Dennis. Namanya Minami Senju. Ternyata ini dekat Asakusa, jadi sebenarnya ya ujung-ujungnya di sini lagi sih. Hari ini cuacanya sangat bagus, cerah banget, hampir nggak ada awan, dan gue mau bawa kamera video yang proper, jadi kali ini gue pakai GoPro aja. Kali ini gue pakai DJI Osmo Action 4 aja. Kebiasaan kalau action game ngomongnya GoPro. Mungkin hari ini agak nyantai karena baru banget sampai dan istirahat gue kurang proper. Jadi mungkin cuman foto-foto dikit-dikit aja, sama gue mau ke Roppongi Hills. Di sana ada pameran Evangelion limited cuman sampai Januari, jadi mumpung di sini sekalian. Oke, bye.
So after I stored my luggage in my hostel because I couldn't do early check-in, I explored Tokyo a bit using the remaining 500T from yesterday.
Lumayan jauh sih tadi naik keretanya dari Minami Senju ke Roppongi itu naik metro sekitar 17 stop, setengah jam, dan sekarang menuju sana. Let's go. Let's go. Arigatou gozaimasu. Just got 1 ticket for all of Evangelion. すみません、Evangelion はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
Seeing Tokyo from above like this is always nice. I rarely do it since sometimes to go to the observation deck you have to pay, except if you go to the Tokyo Metropolitan Building, which I never did. To see an exhibition of an anime that you really like and create a personality around it is really something. Camera was prohibited in some of the area, so I just show you some of them where a camera is allowed.
Ada cafe Canyon, tapi kayaknya gue gak mau masuk sih soalnya makanannya agak mahal dan gak gitu lapar juga, jadi dari depan aja. Dan ini menunya. Lagi di Shinjuku, jujur gue sampai bosan sih lewat daerah sini ngeliatin logo Odakyu gede banget di depan. Cuman gue mau ke satu toko namanya Alpen, kayak toko-toko pakaian olahraga murah gitu. Kalau sih dapat apa, gue pengen nyari Vest Salomon sih buat trail run. Oh ya, di sini juga ada spot yang masuk ke game, salah satu game terbaru favorit gue, namanya Digimon Time Stranger, dan banyak spot-spot di Shinjuku yang ada di game itu, jadi nanti kita bakal lewatin sih. Oke.
Oh, sorry? Do you have any favorite restaurant? Oh, noodle heart. Heart. Stays normal. Chicken oil normal. Okay.
Rasanya gue beli mie yang tongol, biasanya gue suka yang tipis, cuma ini cuma ada pilihan yang tongol, jadi agak rasanya.
Tadi abis dari toko namanya Isi Sports, lumayan lengkap perlengkapan outdoornya, dan gue dapet Vest Salomon. Sekarang mau ke Alpen karena gue nemu sepatu lari murah dan kayak hampir lebih dari setengah harga dibanding di Indo, lagi diskon. Coba cek ya, ini Alpen.
And this is the last photo of that day. And on the next day, I ran quite a bit, because I wanted to try my newly bought running shoes from Alpen. So this is my last full day in Japan, because tomorrow morning I have to go back home. So today after running, I went to Nippori because my mother wanted me to buy her some fabric.
Mau ketemu teman gue yang tinggal di Jepang, namanya Raufan. Setiap ke Jepang gue selalu nyempatin untuk ketemu dia, dan kita ketemu jam 1 di Shibuya. Cuman gue mau ke Nippori dulu dari Minami Senju.
Today, I use an expired Fujichrome Frovia 400, a film that I never tried, and I don't know how long has it been since it already expired. There's some color shift, but it was quite okay. I kinda like it actually, like a photo from an old magazine.
Ternyata masih jam-jam orang berangkat kerja, dan tadi rame banget. Gue ngelewatin satu kereta terus kayak males gitu, penuh, desek-desekan, jadi gue nunggu satu lagi. Kayaknya sih bakal penuh anyway, tapi ya udahlah. Tapi kalau yang arah sebaliknya malah sepi banget. Jadi emang kayaknya arah gue emang arah orang-orang ngantor sih.
After a few stops, I arrived at Nippori. So I went to Nippori Fabric Town first. As the name suggests, well, it's a street full of fabric stores.
Lagi beli bahan buat nyokap gua. Kalau ke Tokyo selalu nitip bahan, dan nemu satu lokasi emang spesialis bahan gitu, namanya Nippori. Kayak satu jalan jualan fabric kayak di Pasar Baru. Chu
Tsumaita? Hai, arigatou gozaimasu.
Kore 3 meter.
それは3メートルね。はい。いらっしゃいませ。
After that, I went back to the station because I wanted to see Yanaka Ginza. It is located in the opposite direction from Fabric Town. And near the station, I found a small graveyard and took some photos there. I really like this one. It feels like it came straight out of an old Japanese film.
Sekarang lagi ada di Yanaka Ginza, dan ternyata dekat sini ada flea market. Karena mungkin sekarang weekend ya, jadi banyak di beberapa spot di Tokyo tuh banyak pasar loakan gitu, pasar kaget lah ya. Dan barangnya unik-unik banget, kebanyakan barang antik. Kali aja nemu barang yang bagus. ternyata lebih banyak barang antik gitu kayak keramik, gelas, dan jewelry. Ada juga mainan-mainan. Gue pikir bakal banyak kayak baju-baju bekas gitu, tapi ternyata dikit banget yang jual. Jadi mungkin kita langsung lanjut ke Yanaka Ginza. Let's go.
On my way to Yanaka Ginza, I met a new friend. His name is Alan, and he made a custom Polaroid that can shoot Instax white film.
So it has these spacers, so it pushes the focal plane back. And then,
And the film deck, did you custom it or using the Insta camera?
no, it's a lomograph.
Oh,
lock.
lomograph lock. Okay, okay.
So you just this.
Yeah.
So I make this and I push the fin plane back
Ah,
to
that's
match
great.
the lomograph lock. And then, yeah, adjust the rangefinder. It works just as well. Yeah.
Abis ketemu orang paling menarik karena dia kamera Polaroid yang lama yang harusnya pakai film packnya Fuji FP100, terus dia mau pakai biar bisa di shot pakai lomograph lock dan Instax, dan gue habis difotoin sama dia, dan ini hasilnya. Gila, seneng banget.
After strolling a bit in Yanaka Ginza, I went to Shibuya to meet my longtime friend who lives in Japan, Raufan. I always found time to call him and meet him to do a photo wall. And on my way, I found a nice Nissan Silvia and Mazda RX-7. And this is the last photo of the trip.
Nah, udah lihat orangnya. Konnichiwa. Gila, baik. Ketemu lagi kita. Ayo kita ke sini mana? Ke Cem kamera salah satu. Lah udah di depan anjir. Ya, sama Mas Rovan, mantap.
Bisa jadi yang terbanyak si stok filmnya.
Ya, jadi kayak emang nih toko dia kayak datengin berbagai film-film lokal dari berbagai negara. Salah satunya Indonesia tuh kayaknya ada Morning Giant sama filmnya Baba juga ada di sini.
Film Baba.
Kita lihat ya kayak apa koleksinya. Banyak banget filmnya. Ada Baba film, ada Sira film, Morning Giant. Mantap. Oke.
Eastman Kodak
sama Ultramex yang dari Eastman udah ada di sini. Yang mirip apa ya? Kemudian dari film aku Jepang. Oh, di sini S100 lebih murah. Ini film andalan nih. Oh iya, mantap sih lama-lama. Dulu sempat murah. Beli apa ya? Bingung jujur. Kayaknya sih. Ini karena sini dia supaya 200. Bagus. sini ada section film yang udah mau expire sama mereka kayak di diskon gitu. Dan
Sebentar.
iya kayak udah mendekati expire tuh, dan ada yang 20 sampai 30%, lumayan lah. Oke, jadi ini dia ada film Aqua Ultra 100, dan kalau gue lihat hasilnya di internet sih lumayan oke ya. Jadi karena dia expire 2007 nggak terlalu lama, tapi di sini dia juga punya film Peruts Primera 100. Gue pernah coba ini di Merbabu waktu itu dan hasilnya bagus banget. Oke, baru aja kelar beli film. Jadinya gue beli 2 film, Kodak Color 100 yang dari Eastman sama Fuji Color 100, karena di Indo mahal banget dan di sini kebetulan negaranya, dan satu-satunya film Fuji C41 yang masih diproduksi sama Fuji. Jadi kayak gue beli ini. Jadi diajakin Rovan buat ke sungai-sungai gitu, namanya Tamagawa, dan cuacanya lagi bagus. Tadi mendung, sekarang mataharinya udah terang. Pertama kali kesini juga, jadi kayak gimana mas? Mantap ya?
Pas cuacanya.
Oke. We'll see ya. Jadi ini udah ada di Futako Tamagawa, dan depan gua udah bagus banget sih. Beneran kayak di anime. Dan Rovan lagi bikin footage. Kayak berasa ini ya, apa, pulang sekolah ada di anime apa gitu.
Iya.
Yakyu. Kenapa nggak base Subaru ya?
Sangat Jepang gitu kalau.
Iya, kalau iya bener sih, bener
fotoin
sih.
tuh.
Anjir lah. Ya Allah.
Nih ya, kalau summer
Eh,
anak sama bapaknya pada mancing di sini.
Aduh seru
Pada
banget.
tenggelam terus pakai ini kan kemarin aku kayak gitu kan sama anak
Iya.
di sini.
Aduh seru banget. Gila, gue bisa banget ngeliat diri gue ngabisin summer di sungai ini, anjir bagus banget sumpah.
doang ya.
Wah gokil sih. Thank you mas sudah mengajak ke
Aman.
Hidden Gem. Yo, Hidden
Aman,
Gem
bro.
anjir.
Hidden. Yang tidak terlalu jam.
Iya. Hidden aja, orang nggak banyak tahu. Gue mau ngelot dulu bareng Mas Rovan. Film ini kalau kelihatan.
Sadly, the roll was missing during my flight to Indonesia. I really couldn't find it anywhere. I think I lost it during the hand check process.
Sekarang saatnya kita berdua jalan ke arah sana.
But the footage was so good, so I might as well show it to you guys. What I hate the most about the loss is the fact that on this last day, it was the most beautiful day out of all 10 days I stayed there. All those moments that I only witnessed in anime before, I saw it and felt it in real life. The sun was pretty good too. I remember I took a photo of this nice moment. I bet it would turn out good. You know how baseball is big in Japan, and every year they hold Koshien, a national baseball competition, which been a dream for all high school students in Japan to win it. They even broadcast it on national TV. There are lots of manga that talk about Koshien and baseball in general, so to be able to witness them training to fight for that is such a blessing. I saw this slope from afar and imagined that it would be a perfect photo. Yeah, you know how the story goes. But Raufan managed to photograph this same view. Such a beautiful view. Me and Raufan talk about it while we stroll around. Even for him, who's been living in Japan for so long, still amazed by this kind of view. And that's it for today. It's always nice to be able to go back to Japan, my favorite country. It was shorter than usual but always memorable. And thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.